Hi guys, I just did the video. Can you see me okay? Oh, let me try and turn this up just a little bit so you can see me a little bit better. Here are my elderberries that I got out of the freezer. They're getting kind of mushy now because I'm thinking I might need to put them back in the freezer. But what I'm going to do is just go ahead and glean about 2 cups of them to go ahead and make a small batch of my elderberry syrup. And the ingredients again for the elderberry syrup, and get my recipe out. This will be the first time that I've made it, but you need, it calls for 1 cup of dried elderberries or fresh. 1 cup of dried or 2 cups of fresh, and I have fresh berries here. So I'm going to go ahead and use 2 cups of fresh berries for this batch, and I'm going to dry the rest of them and store it in a jar. So when I need to make another batch, then I could just use 1 cup of the already dried berries prepared. And you also need a 1/2 cup of chopped fresh ginger, which I already have here. The ginger there. And you also need 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and I have the cinnamon there, and 4 teaspoons of clove. So I have the cloves in there as well. It calls for 4 cups of water, and I use distilled water, and 1 cup of raw honey. And so basically what you do is you go ahead and get your berries done, and you, after you have your berries cleaned and ready to go, you boil the berries along with all these spices here for about a good rolling boil. And once it boils, I would say maybe about, I'm probably going to let it boil for about 15 minutes to really get it soft, you know, and all meld it together. And then you get like your potato masher or something, and or a food mill, and just mash your berries because you want to get all the juice that you can from the berries. And then get a piece of cheesecloth and squeeze, you know, all the juice out of it. And I'm going to filter mine again because I want to make sure that it stays nice and clear for my syrup. And then once that's done, you let the prepared juice get to room temperature, and then you add your raw honey, because using raw honey, because it has all the nutrients and the nutrients and whatever the magic stuff is in the raw honey. You don't want to lose that with heat. So bring your syrup down to to room temperature so you don't destroy all the nutrients of that. Then you add your 1 cup of honey to that mixture, and then mix it together. It stores in the fridge. Oh, and then you have to cook it down. From there, you cook it down to about half. Store it boiling again, and you just let it condense. Just let it condense until it'll condense. Now we have 2 cups we're starting with. It'll probably get down to, not 2 cups. We're starting out with 4 cups, and we'll bring it down, condense it down to 2 cups. That would be your syrup. And then you store it in the refrigerator in a nice clean jar, and it will store in the refrigerator for about 2 weeks. And you take 3 to 4 tablespoons per day. And it's supposed to help, you know, with flu and with your immune system and all of that. So anyway, I'm going to sit here and just kind of show you a little bit how I'm going to do this. You just get your berries, and what you're looking for is these little stems. I wish I could show you. Let me see if I can. Let me try. Can you guys see those little bitty tiny stems on there? I want to make sure you can see it. Those little tiny stems. The stems are toxic. Now, if you get 1 or 2 stems in it, it's not so bad. But you don't want to just throw all these stems in there because, you know, some people may have a reaction to that. So I just kind of go through here, just like when you're sorting beans or whatever. Just go through and look for those stems. And then once I do that, and once I have about 2 cups of berries already done, then I'm going to give them a nice little rinse again. No, I don't need to rinse them because I rinsed them beforehand. So just take the stems off and then measure my 2 cups of berries and start the process. So I'm going to go ahead and finish. Go ahead and glean it, not gleaning, I guess you can call it gleaning. Cleaning the stems out of here, and I will be back. Let me put this on pause, and then I'll see you guys in a minute. Let's see if I get my pause right. Hold on. Here it is. I think I did it. I thought I'd cut it off, but I didn't. So I've already back to working with our elderberries. I have 2 cups, well, almost about a cup and a half of processed elderberries where I've picked them out already. And I have my other ingredients. I have the let me get the exact dimensions, not dimensions, but the measurements for you. I have a cup and a half of fresh elderberries, and I have a half a cup of chopped fresh ginger, and 2 tablespoons of cinnamon, and 4 tablespoons of ground cloves. In addition to 4 cups of distilled water and raw honey. So I'm getting ready to do it now. Just going to go ahead and start my pour the water in. Let's see if I can turn this camera. I'm still learning how to do this, y'all. Okay, there we go. Can you see me in the kitchen now? Hey! Go ahead and pour the water in. My favorite pot. Let's see if I can turn a light on up here. Can we see better now? Hey, hey, hey! Okay, and then we want to add our elderberries. I got my fire going high. And get the berries in. And again, this is my first time making elderberry syrup, but I hear it's awesome for colds and flu, a wonderful herbal remedy. And I'm going to go ahead and add the ginger, the fresh ground ginger, to this mixture, and the cloves and cinnamon all in here. Smells good so far. Okay, let's give that a stir. I wish I knew how to, actually I got a couple of cameras. Maybe I can set it up here to where I have this shot, and that shot. I think I'll take it off the tripod and show you. I'll just leave it on the tripod and just kind of bring it over here and then show you the mixture. That's what it looks like to start with. Kind of funky looking, huh? And then we're going to go ahead and get that, crank up the heat. Is it coming? Yep, it's coming along. Stir. And again, you want, it was pretty simple. It's just the cup and a half of elderberry, fresh elderberries, and the fresh ginger and the cinnamon and the cloves. You bring this to a boil, and then I'm going to take my actually I have one of these, what do you call these? Immersion, yeah. These little thingies. I'm going to use that to go ahead and actually I'm going to go ahead and do it now. Why not? I'm going to try that anyway. Let's see if it'll fit over here. Y'all want to hear me go brrrr? There go, make that noise. Hold on. All right. That's my hot water for my dishes. I keep hot water in here because I don't have hot water in here. I have running water, but not hot, so I have to boil water for dishes and all of that. Because you want to get all the juice in the berries. And I think that's pretty mixed up already. Yeah. I don't see any more little berries floating around in there. Put this in here. This is a handy dandy little thing. I like it. Okay. Where's my spoon? Oh, I'll put it in here. See, it's hot. See if I can bring the camera over here so I can show you again what it looks like now. It's all foamy now. Turn it a little bit. There we go. And you kind of see, get over here. Yeah, there, you can see a little bit better. See the color is coming now? Anyway, we want to bring this to a boil. I set the camera back here again. We want to bring this to a boil. It needs to boil for about 15 minutes. And then I'm going to strain it. And then we're going to put it back on the burner because we have to reduce it in half. And then after that's done, then we add the 1 cup of honey. No. Take that back. I did it wrong. Bring this to a boil and we strain it. And then let it set to room temperature. And once it's reached room temperature, then we add the raw honey to it. Then bring it to a boil. I think that's how it goes. I'm going to double check. I'm going to put this on hold and double check my recipe because this is my first time doing it. And I'll see you guys in a minute. Make sure I can pause it right again. Hold on, I'm pausing it. Okay, I'm going to read my directions again. The way we're supposed to do it is as you add all your ingredients except the honey, which we've done. And it says to boil. Then reduce. It says boil it for 30 minutes. Boil it for 30 minutes. Oh, and it reduces to half. Okay, you boil it for 30 minutes and it reduces to half. Then you mash the berries. Squeeze the, go ahead and get the cheesecloth. Squeeze it out. Let it stand to room temperature. Then you add the honey. So, I'm going to put you back on hold and I'll be back in just a few minutes, guys. Hey guys, I'm back again. I've got the mixture boiling. And again, we have to let this boil for 30 minutes until it kind of reduces in half. And then we're going to strain it. Let it get to room temperature. And then we add the raw honey to it. And then add it to our bottle of medicine. And we'll be ready. So I'll see you guys in just a few minutes. Okay, I hope you guys can see this. I've gotten it to reduce down to half now. I've put the cheesecloth in a strainer here. And I'm just trying to get all that wonderful medicine out of there. I'm going to go ahead and pour the rest in here. And I'm probably going to strain it again. Smells good, actually. It smells like medicine. So I'm just going to let this drain. I'm going to filter it one more time. Turn it off. I'm going to let this drain. And see it's collecting at the bottom. Let's see if you guys can see that. It's kind of dripping there. And then after it drains, I'm going to strain it one more time to make sure I get all the particulates out of it. And let it get room temperature. And then I'll add the honey and then add it to our jar. I'll see you guys in a little bit. I guess I decided to show you this step too. What I did is I tapped the cheesecloth in first. But it wasn't draining fast enough because of all the pulp is still in here. If you can see. Lots of pulp is still in there. And so what I did is I just emptied it into this little metal strainer. And I'm kind of pushing it down and kind of using it like a food meal to try and get as much, extract as much juice or liquid from the puree as possible. Yeah. wonder if the chickens will like what's left in here. Just keep kind of stirring it to get it all out. Now see, it's not just a big clump. Just most of the juice is in there. So I'm going to let it set a little bit longer to make sure I get every drop out of it. And then I'll be back. Okay, guys, I'm back again. I strained it the first time, and so this is how much I got from it. Now set up another pot with more cheesecloth in it, so you can see more cheesecloth. And I'm going to strain it again. And then I'm going to put it back on to boil so it can reduce. So let's see how it works this time. It's looking much better. It's going through very well this time, because it still had some pulp in there. So let's see how it does this time. We'll bring the camera over here so you can see the second straining. Most of the seeds are gone. Just a few left there. There's still a lot of pulp in there. So it's going to take a while for this to drain, because I just want the juice in there. So I'm just going to let it drain for a while, and I will be back. Okay, guys, I'm back. I wish you could smell in this kitchen. It smells so good. Here it's boiling. This is the second. I've strained it twice now, and I'm trying to get it to reduce to half. I'm almost there now. It smells so good. Can you see that? Awesome. Let me turn it down a little bit so you can actually see how low it is, how it's reducing. There. It's almost down to 2 cups now, starting from 4. Now the next thing I need to do, I can go ahead and turn it off now. What I'm going to do is let this cool down, get room temperature, add my honey, and then put the medicine in the bottles. See you guys in a minute. Okay, guys, I'm back. We have our mixture at room temperature now. Let me take a look at that. It's kind of hard to see. Maybe I should bring the camera up and show you. How's that? Show you. Okay. So it's reduced to about half, about 2 cups, and it calls for raw honey, 1 cup of raw honey, and I'm going to add, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour it into the mixing cup so I don't lose any of the honey. So I'm going to pour that mixture in here. Ooh. And I'm going to give it a stir. Actually, I imagine it being a little bit thicker than this, but this is what the recipe called for. So I'm just going to mix it in, make sure the honey's all mixed in here thoroughly. And then I'm going to pour it in my old kombucha bottle and put it in the fridge. Alrighty. I want to taste it. See what it tastes like. So I'm going to grab a spoon. And we'll see what it tastes like. I think it's pretty much mixed up. Look at the bottom. It's looking good. Alright. Let me see what this tastes like. Dip my spoon in there. Not bad. I would take this medicine. It's a little bit bitter at the back of it, but this is supposed to be really good for us for flu season. So my household is ready for whatever it throws our way. No corona. All right, that looks mixed pretty well. Look at that. It is kind of syrupy. Cool. All right. Then I'm going to pour it directly into the bottle. Looks like I might get 2 bottles of this. almost. Well, not 2 bottles, but check it out. Elderberry syrup, ready to go in the fridge. And again, I should read the. I'm gonna put a little short description in the box what it's good for and some stuff like that. But we're ready, and I just wanted to share with you guys what it's like to make elderberry syrup in the Ozarks. Ding 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 ding. Anyway, till next time, guys. I'm going to take. Actually, let me take. I'm going to go ahead and take my doses right now. We're supposed to have 3 to 4 tablespoons a day. So, since there's a little bit left in here, I don't want to waste that. So, I'm going to put it in a cup. So, that's 1, 2, 3, and 4 tablespoons. Let's see what it tastes like. It's actually pretty good, but it's a little sweet for me. So I'm going to get my dose in. I'm going to add a little water to it and make me a little tea and drink my medicine real quick. Let's see. Got my elderberry shot in. Till next time, my babies.